So earlier we discussed the star, the snowflake, and factor constellation schemas. That shows you how the data can be modeled data can be represented as tables in a relational database kind of way. Since the data in data cubes are multidimensional, I think intuitively you're probably going to ask a question, what about multidimensional arrays? Can we use multidimensional array to represent the data in a data cube? The answer is yes, absolutely. This is to relational table and multidimensional array are the two major data structure that are used to support data cubes. So I want to use a couple of illustrations to see, because we have earlier used the tables to show you how the data cubes can be constructed, and how we can use group by to actually from the base cuboid to generate all the other cuboids. I think this is a good point, so we should still emphasize that. So the base cuboid has all the dimensions here. Remember, group by is a way that we can actually aggregate data. Each of the other cuboids at lower dimension can be derived using SQL-like statement and group by computation to create those cuboids. So this is how relational database can be used to support the data cube. What I'm going to show next is how to use multidimensional array. So here I have conceptually, I have the cells data has multiple dimensions, 3 dimensions, date, product, and country. And you can see in right away that it can be represented in a 3-dimensional array. And if we actually, so here, the white part are the cube here, okay? And through different array manipulation method, we can compute the sums, the totals along those different dimensions, combinations of different dimensions. And this cube corresponds to this lattice. So the product, date, and country is the white blocks. So here, this is our raw data, right? 3-dimensional array. And then go up a level, product and date. If we drop the country dimension or aggregate on country dimension, that's the same thing. Dropping country dimension and aggregate on country dimension means the same thing. That regardless of the country, we'll only look at the date and the product dimension. We're going to have the bottom, which is not shown. So we have aggregated, no matter which country it comes, we just compute on first quarter, what's the TV sale, regardless of the country. Then we're going to get to that block that's in the opposite position of this block on this diagonal line. Okay, So I called it here in this slide the floor. The floor is harder to see, but we can look at the product and country dimension. If we look at the product and the country dimension, we have what? We basically ignore date. We're going to compute the sums for sales of TV in US no matter when that happens. So it gives us this block, right? The sales of TV in US. So this the cuboid that covers the country and the product dimension are those 4, 6, 9 light green blocks. Okay. So similarly, those light orange blocks covers the date and the country dimension. We have dropped the product dimension. Similarly, we can look at the product, date, and country alone, and those are the three. This, and those. Okay, so this is what? Country dimension. We know sales, no matter what, this represents total sales in US. This gray block is total sales in Canada. This block is total sale in Mexico, regardless of the date or product, right? And what is this? This is the date dimension. First quarter, total sale in the first quarter, regardless of the product or country. Total sale in the second quarter, regardless of the product or country, right? And what is this? This is the product dimension, right? We disregard date and country. We compute only total sales of TV, total sales of PC, total sales of VCR, okay? And this block would be the what? The apex cuboid, all. So this block should have only one number, total sales, regardless of country, date, or product, okay? So this is a multi-dimensional array view of the data cube and how it matches a data cube, a data lattice. Okay, I hope that makes sense. If not, do post your questions in the discussion board. And in the next video, we're going to talk about OLAP operations.